As of right now, the Suns are in 8th, the Lakers are in 10th, and the Warriors are in 11th. When they came up with the play-in tournament, don't think we ever imagined a world in which Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant would be your marquee players in the play-in tournament.
Yeah, but it looks like Golden State isn't even in the play-in tournament right now.
Not today, no.
I think we've been asking, when is the guard going to change in the NBA? When is LeBron James and Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry finally going to age out, or when their teams are going to finally age out? I have a little more hope for the Phoenix Suns because they have Bradley Beal back. But somebody else could get hurt over there too, you know what I mean? So it's not that much more hope, but I feel like we're watching the changing of the guard. And I'll tell you in this way, LeBron James' teams, if there's one thing you can count on for LeBron James and his teams are going to be very good on offense. They're 24th in offense. If you're thinking about Stephen Curry and his teams, you're going to say, that's going to be a good three-point shooting team. Stephen Curry's team is not even middle of the pack. They're right below middle of the pack. I think they're 17th in three-point shooting percentage. No fault of Stephen Curry, who's playing an excellent season before Natalie strikes me down here. But just the things that we have always known to be true no longer hold the same water that it used to hold. And unfortunately, y'all, this is the circle of life. This is how things used to go. Teams would age out. The younger teams will come and take the crown and snatch it from them and no longer play with the fear or the reverence or any of that towards the veteran team. I give Golden State and Stephen Curry a lot of credit because Steph is a very proud player and they're trying to figure stuff out. I don't know if Steve Kerr is the guy that's going to figure out what they're doing with the youth and Chris Paul and how Draymond Green reintegrates himself once he comes back, whenever that is. But I don't know how you can say 34, 35 games in that you have hope for what this team is going to look like in 3 or 4 months. Same for the Lakers when LeBron has played in damn near every game and Anthony Davis has played in damn near every game and you're barely a 500 team. Usually there's some level of hope that, hey, once this one variable changes itself, we're going to be okay. Even if it's a lie, you have the hope. I don't know what that variable is for either one of those teams right now.
That's why they hung that in-season tournament banner, because they knew they weren't going to see another one.
Got that thing hanging up there. They got it hanging up. But out of those three teams,
get this out of the way.
Out of those three teams, Vinny, that Mike mentioned, the Suns, the Lakers, the Warriors, which one is in the worst shape? You think it's Golden State?
Honestly, yeah, I do. Only because I don't know what type of personnel moves they can make. I feel like they are caught in a time warp because of the draft picks that they made, and they didn't lean into, the remainder of Steph's prime when you had Moody and you had Kuminga and you had James Wiseman, and they didn't use those draft picks wisely. You're paying the bill for that right now. And the young players that they do have, they don't have the pedigree to knock the old guys out of the way. And the old guys that you have, they're showing major slippage. Whether it's Draymond Green hitting dudes in the face, we have yet to see a Chris Paul meltdown, but that's coming. And Klay Thompson is going through a midlife crisis. I don't see how you can have hope other than saying, Stephen Curry, can you be the baddest man on the planet 4 times in the playoff series? Assuming you get there, can you be the baddest man in the play-in for multiple games? Can you be the baddest man in a 1-8 against Minnesota or OKC or Denver? I feel like that's asking way too much unless they make significant personnel changes, which is not off the table. But as of this moment right now, they've been very hesitant to lean into one direction or the other. They've been straddling the fence. They don't like to declare their intentions, like that's a dating metaphor, declaring your intentions. They don't want to do that. They want to just sit in this space of a situationship with all of their players and all of their eras, and that very rarely ever seems to work out.
Speaking of working out, and obviously it's very early, but it seems like he seems like a natural fit with the Knicks. Is OG. We get Knicks Bulls in prime time on network television on ABC. Would love to know if anything else is on the horizon for the Knicks, or really just like what kind of smoke is there when it comes to the trade front that you're hearing?
I think a lot of people think that the Knicks have another move up their sleeve, right? That maybe OG isn't the third star, but he's a huge supplementary piece to your third star, right? Because he can defend, he can play a lot of minutes, he can hit the corner three. He's not going to demand and command that much usage. I don't know how far you're going to go, given the evidence that we've had in the postseason the past few years, how far you can go with Julius Randle taking up the percentage of possessions that he has. Jalen Brunson has turned out to be a pretty damn good and bankable playoff player. So I do think the Knicks feel like they are one move away with a future draft pick that they have as capital, and a couple other young players that teams may find a little more appetizing. They didn't give up a first-round pick for OG Anunoby, which I think made sure for them that they can make a secondary move, whether that's DeJounte Murray in Atlanta, who Atlanta might necessarily be trying to replenish and restock around Trae Young and stripping that thing down a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised, Mike, if the Knicks were in the hunt for one more piece. I don't know if it actually vaults them above Milwaukee or Boston. I still think they're a tier below that. I don't think they're better than the Miami Heat when the Miami Heat are full. But, you know, the Knicks fans are always optimistic, so you might as well go for it.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.